This time we're looking at finding x-intercepts. Okay, so our x-intercept is where the graph touches the x-axis. And as you can see, we have 2 points on the parabola where this occurs. So here at x equals -2 and x equals 4. This is for y equals x squared minus 2x minus 8. And when we're doing x-intercepts, when we're solving, then we're just going to have it in the form x equals a number. So here's my 3 steps on how to do this. First, we need to make a table of values using either Desmos and our calculator. And in fact, this is how you do it on our calculators. Okay? Step 2 is to plot the points and graph. Finally, we're going to find where the parabola intersects the x-axis. Okay, so for this first example, we have x squared plus x minus 2. I already have our table ready for us, and of course you can do this on your own for future examples. And I've plotted the points as well, but we're missing something, and that's the vertex. So here's how you found the vertex on your calculator. And in future examples, I'm going to go ahead and include the vertex when it's time for us to solve. Okay, so as you can see, the vertex is already here. And when I connect these points, we get this graph. All right, so we can clearly see that we have our x-intercept here and here. And that is at x equals -2 and x equals 1. All right. Try this on your own. Okay, so we have -x squared plus x plus 6. And when we get our table, we get this, and we can plot it, and we'll get this. So let's go ahead and connect our points. So we get this to find that our x-intercepts are at x equals -2 and x equals 3. All right, let's do this together. I've already found the table for us and plotted the points. And notice that this will be down because our a is negative. We have an imaginary -1 right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect it and find out what our x-intercepts are. Okay, and we see we have an x-intercept at -1, x equals -1, and x equals 2. Okay, go ahead and try this. So we've got to make a few changes to our original problem before we get into our steps. So the first thing we have to do is make sure this is in standard form. Remember, standard form is when we have our highest exponents first and our lower exponents last. Also remember that this x has an exponent of 1. Anything raised to the first power is itself, so x raised to the first power is just x. 17 raised to the first power is just 17. And 3.14 raised to the first power is just 3.14. Okay, so to put this in standard form, we get -x squared, since this is the highest power, plus x plus 12. And once you do this, you can go ahead and put it in Desmos or your graphing calculator to get this table and plot these points here. Let's go ahead and graph. So we get this and that. All right, to have x equals -3 as our first x-intercept and x equals 4 as our second. And here's the problem you've been waiting for. Try it on your own. We have negative 8x minus 42 plus 2x squared. Man. Okay, so we got to put this in standard form. So that means we have 2x squared minus 8x minus 42. All right, so we can divide every single term by what number? 2. Let's do it. So that gives us 2x squared divided by 2 is just x squared. Negative 8x divided by 2 is negative 4x. And negative 42 divided by 2 is negative 21. That's going to make getting our table a bit easier, and I've done that in advance for us right here, and then I plotted our points for step 2. Let's do step 3 and connect these dots. So like this, or how about like this? All right, there we go. Okay, so we have our x-intercept at x equals negative 3 and x equals 7. Also notice that this little curve right, x equals 7. This little curve right here was an accident. It's not actually part of the graph. Okay, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your teacher, and have a great day.